When are we going to start giving Rennes Academy their props, their flowers? Because they're producing ballers like I'm having hot dinners. They're producing more ballers than I am mango. You know what I mean? So I think we need to start giving them their flowers because they're producing another unbelievable talent. Somebody that can make you fall in love with the beautiful game again. And that's Désiré Doué. Hello guys and welcome back to another scouting episode. And just quickly, if you're new here, my name's Antonio Mango and I scout, analyse and tell you about the style of plays of all the best upcoming wonder kids from around the world. So you can just sit back, relax and enjoy. And if you are new here, or even if you're a returning customer, what am I talking about? But make sure you drop that like button, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on another episode. So in this episode, we're going to be looking at exactly why Désiré Doué has become one of the most sought out characters after his breakthrough season last year. And yeah, he's straight in that mango basket because he just brings the joy back into football. Rennes Academy has been known for producing talent such as Eduardo Camavinga, now of Real Madrid, Jorginho Ruta, now of Leeds. You've got Andy Diouf, who's balling out for RC Lens. You've got Leslie Ugo Chukwu, who's now at Chelsea. You've got Aaron Malouda, who came through the academy at Rennes, but now at Lille. You've got Matthias Teller, Bayern Munich. The list is absolutely endless. And there's another star rising to promise, and that is Désiré Doué. So who is Désiré Doué? Born in Angers, France on the 3rd of June 2005, which makes him 19 at this moment. He's currently a French youth international, but he's also of Ivorian descent. He joined the youth academy setup of Rennes at the age of 5 and is widely considered as one of the most talented prospects in Europe. After climbing through the youth academy at Rennes, he started training with the first team in February 2021. He then signed his first professional contract in April 2022. And he made his professional senior debut on the 7th of August 2022. But since that moment, he's really put his name in lights when he became the first ever player born in 2005 to score a professional goal. Later on, he then became the youngest Frenchman to ever score in the European competition. But he's best known for his sensational volley in a derby game against Nantes, where he came on in a 3-0 victory and scored within 60 seconds when he thunderbolted the ball into the top corner. His reputation has grown each day and he's started to attract links and rumours, taking him to the best and biggest clubs in the world. Doué's natural position is an attack midfielder. That's where he played the majority of his games coming up through the Rennes Academy. But his technical ability, his football intelligence, allows him to play deeper in midfield like we've seen for Rennes, on either wing, or even as a forward, depending on the formation. That just goes to show his natural intelligence of playing different systems, different roles, even at the top level. What's he like as a player? Well, his supreme agility, acceleration, pace, ball control, silkiness, technique, the fluidity in which he dribbles, just makes you want to crave to watch him more. Starting at just 5'11", he's actually got the combination of physical prowess and elegance. It reminds you exactly why you fall in love with a beautiful game. No matter where he's situated on the pitch, his style never ever changes. Doué constantly looks for the ball to feed. And in fact, he'll do so by moving out from the left flank in search of it, or just dropping out of position just to cause separation from his marker. This explosive sort of movement that he's got and the nimble changes of direction make it difficult for opponents to track. Therefore, he can receive a pass. But not just that, because he receives a pass in space, it encourages a dribble. Because his first touch is so good and the way he finds space is excellent, that encourages a dribble, and he is a dribbling demon. But we're going to touch upon that soon because I want to talk about one of the most underrated aspects in football, and that's movement and intelligence. So as you can see from his heat map, that his movement is, well, the majority of his movement is on the left-hand side. But don't let that fool you because Doué likes to cover the whole pitch. As you can see, there is areas on the right where he has picked up the ball. Sometimes, at times, not all the time, he has been given that freedom to roam, and he absolutely excels in it. I always say what makes the great stand out from the good is their positional intelligence and their movement off the ball or when they make a pass. That is what makes a good player to a great player. Knowing how to find space to receive the ball, knowing when to be and where to be at the right times, sensing, anticipating where you need to be, being quick off the mark, and being confident enough to move into space to receive the ball. And Doué does this excellently. Majority of Doué's movement come in the final third, and they normally come from out in out. So he's looking to progress into those wider channels. I see this down to tactics, but it suits him to an absolute T because it allows him to isolate his man when he does receive the ball, or it allows him to make 1-2 combinations to try and get in on goal in outer areas so that he's not in confined spaces. But where he excels is finding little pockets of space, whether that be just inside 1 or 2 people. But the best thing and the beauty about Doué is his body positioning. He's got optimal body position, receive on the half turn where he can progress. Doué sits in the 99th percentile for progressive passes received. That just goes to show that his starting position is extremely high. But this is where his forward thinking comes into play because although he receives a lot of progressive passes, he's also a demon in progressive passes himself. So it just goes to show his natural ability to play forward. And what I like about Doué the most, and this is what I love about him, is every pass he makes seems to flow, but not only flow, it enters into a new zone or danger zone for the opposition. What I mean by that is when he receives a ball and he's not looking to dribble and he's looking to play a combination, it's pass and move, short passes, and then he moves into the vacated space excellently. He does all this because his scanning is so good before he receives a ball. So his awareness of where the play will develop is excellent. He's anticipating of passing and anticipating of moving in where the space will open is excellent. He's really a demon in beating the counter press. By playing this way and having this in your arsenal, not only create space for yourself, but he creates space for other teammates. But the beauty of it is it allows him to break down low blocks brilliantly. But one of Doué's biggest qualities and probably best qualities, and I'm going to say it, he probably is one of the best young dribblers in the world, is his ball carrying. Doué sits in the top 1 percentile for take-ons attempted, successful take-ons, carries into the final third, carries into the penalty area, progressive carries. He sits in the top 1 percentile for all them. But what's fascinating, he also sits in the top 99, in the top 1 percentile for progressive passes received. So although he's extremely high up when he receives these balls, the first thing he thinks of is being dynamic, and that is frightening. But when he's on the ball, it just brings out pure joy. He's expressive, he's enthusiasm, he oozes class and confidence. He dribbles to really great effect. His agility, his balance, his ball control, his ability to play off either foot. Every touch he makes is with purpose. The ball manipulation, the manipulation of his body movement. When he dribbles, he's got a wonderful relationship with the ball. It's like a swan love. He cares for the ball and the ball cares for him. And it's a beautiful sight. And this what makes it extremely difficult and for opponents to anticipate. His touches with his left foot are just as encouraging as the touches are with his right foot. He can go inside and out. He's got bags of tricks. But his preference is to cut inside. But given that, he's just as capable on his left foot. And that makes it extremely difficult for opponents to predict which way he's going to go. This is why opponents often choose to double up on him. And when you're 19 years old and you've got the opposition doubling up on you, you know you're an elite dribbler. It's because he's such a silky dribbler. He glides over open spaces and does extremely well to slide and weave his way around pressure and challenges. When he dribbles, it looks like he's having fun. He's really toying with the defenders. And the best thing about him is his ability to open up angles so he can burst past the challenge. He's got the ability to stay wide and receive a switch of play or a tough pass. He's got the excellent control to bring any sort of pass under control. He's got the ability to come inside, find pockets of space, and receive the ball under pressure. He's literally dangerous in every movement he makes. And whether he's dribbling over short distances or long distances, he always looks composed and assured in what he's doing. He already knows what he's going to do before it happens. And that's a brilliant thing. Most young dribblers trying to offload the ball too early or try to do a bit too much, whereas Doué seems to just almost get it perfect nearly every time. But the conviction in which he dribbles is extremely effective. He's extremely intelligent in the way he just uses his body to feint and manipulate opponents. He literally breaks their ankles as he's moving. Excellent ability to modulate his speed, whether that be accelerating or deaccelerating. This makes him extremely dangerous in one-on-one situations, but around groups of players or under pressure by multiple of players. He's got every sort of dribble you can imagine. He's got the body coordination, he's got the body feints, he's got the trickery, he's got the direct and powerful running style, or he's also got the elegance and ability to glide over grass. He's got exceptional low center of gravity, but what I love, what makes Doué different when he dribbles is he's got that physicality. He doesn't mind dueling with players, and he's got the ability to knock them off the ball and hold on to the ball. Supreme upper body strength, and that's the treasure of Doué. He's got the ability to combine physical strength with elegant dribbling, and that makes it exciting. But his dribbles aren't just for show. He's not just going to do it just because he can. They've got real purpose. He sits in the top 1 percentile for shot creating actions after a take on. Not only that, he also sits in the top 1 percentile for goal creating actions after take ons. Tells me that he's got an end product in what he does. Sitting in the top 4 percentile for goal creating actions and shot creating actions. He's got vision, he's got intelligence, and the best thing about him when he dribbles with his head up, and he knows exactly the whereabouts of his teammates, so he's got that ability to find a pass. His ability to commit opponents is absolutely insane though. He sits in the top 1 percentile for fouls drawn. He gets fouled a lot, and this is brilliant for any team that's regularly under the cosh or just needs a little bit of an outlet, or to get set pieces for your team. Just to emphasize what I've been saying, even his manager at Rennais has complimented him in this way. He said, physically already equipped, told you about his physicality. He reads the game very well, technically right foot and even left foot, he's complete, with good ball control on both. Away from the pitch, he's a dream, easy, calm, with a streak of leadership whilst still asking for advice. He's both carefree in his work. He's already got professional head. And I think you can tell that in his characteristics. He's off the pitch, he's a quiet lad. He likes to sit, listen, but he gets assertive when he has to. And on the pitch, when he crosses that white line, he just turns into an absolute demon. I just want to touch upon the last quality I've got about him. His ball striking is incredible. He's got a wonderful strike on him, whether that be from set pieces over long distances, or he's got the ability to finish inside the box as well. I like his ball striking. I think it can do with a little bit more accuracy, but more often than not, he finds a target. So what's he like defensively, you ask? Well, he's actually not that bad. He sits in the top 3 percentile for tackles inside the final third. But the best thing about him that I noticed is he's sitting in the top 8 percentile for shot creating actions after a defensive action, and sits in the top 3 percentile for goal creating actions after a defensive action. And he's a demon off the ball as he is on the ball, but he does well in pressing his opponents. He could maybe tune up on his timing of his tackles. Sometimes he can get caught out tracking back, but he does well in the initial first phase of the pressing system. But like every player, he does come with these weaknesses, and he's someone, when he's playing centre midfield and he drops deep to receive the ball, he's not a ball switcher like a Rodri where he can just ping a ball from left, right to centre. He's not that type of player, so when he does receive the ball, his first and natural instinct is to progress and dribble forwards. And because he dribbles so much, he does have a high percentage of turnovers and miscontrols. So that's something he's just going to have to learn. If you want to use him in a deeper midfield role and give him the license to drop deep and receive the ball, he's got to learn that he cannot always dribble. He's got to move the ball forward more quickly and sharply, or even just to pass to the side just to keep possession. Aerially, he's not very great either. He doesn't contest in many aerial duels, and he doesn't win many aerial duels. So that is something that will have to be coached into a bit better. Whether he likes heading the ball or not, you can work on your timing, your positioning, and the way you challenge opponents. Sometimes when he's dropping deep, he doesn't really have that 360-degree awareness in confined areas. That's something that comes naturally as you progress throughout your career. But I think that's why I don't see him as a deep line playmaker or anything like that, because he's an elite ball carrier. In essence, it's extremely easy to see why Doué is wanted by many clubs. He's got that aura about him where he can just make a difference in the final third, especially on the football pitch. His explosive style of play, his two-way dribbling, his football intelligence, his ability to bring others into the game is extremely excellent. He can just fine-tune those little tweaks in his game. He's going to become a real excellent footballer in the future and have a big, bright career. So there we go, guys. There's the end of the video, and I really hope you've enjoyed this video and learned a little bit more about Désiré Doué, because I do think he's going to be the talking point of many, many football clubs and fans. So if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to comment any footballers that you want reviewed in below so I can add them to the list. I've got a big long list coming up, so hopefully there's just going to be more and more footballers to review, and hopefully you're just going to carry on enjoying these videos. But once again, I appreciate you sticking around and just enjoying this video. Take care.